So welcome back to Stuck in Traffic. We're down at Elizabeth Bay today. It is the most glorious winter's day. It's about 23 degrees, there's not a cloud in sight. Ultimately, Sydney does not get much better than this for this time of year. So I thought it'd be a good place to start the video of the Golf R down here. So what can be said about the Golf R? It's the gentleman's choice of hot hatch. It is the mini GTR. It is the daddy of the internet at the present time. And it seems that you can't have an automotive YouTube channel without doing some content on it. So this is my take on it. Hope you enjoy. Basically driving this car beforehand, before we get Spanky does a tune on it, which we will obviously see. So talk us through a little bit about the tune.
Cool. So we're doing, I guess what you call, I hate this whole stage denomination bullshit, but it is really what it is. It's a stage 2 package. Yeah. So you're doing the downpipe with the cat, which is the most restrictive part of this exhaust system, an intake, and then the stage 2 tune to follow up for that. What we're going to come out with is a better sounding exhaust because we've freed up a bit of the restrictiveness in the downpipe. We're going to get much better performance all the way to redline because the catalytic converter starts to choke up the turbo engines in the higher RPMs. Improved throttle response, better induction sound from the filter as well. And that's pretty much it. So it's an all-round package. Better exhaust note, better induction sound, better performance, and better response all round as well.
So what will I notice more? So kind of like the normal driver, kind of, well, what am I going to get the most out of this?
Okay, the most basic element.
Yeah, in a few days.
The most basic element is obviously going to be the increase of power that you're going to feel. Yeah. That's just everywhere in the rev range. You will notice vastly improved power. You will notice that the throttle is a little bit more responsive, and particularly in the higher RPMs, you will notice that the car is a bit freer revving and no longer as choked up. Other than that, the car's still going to operate exactly as it does as per standard, and unless you're looking under the car at the downpipe assembly, you won't actually notice any severe changes. And a slightly better exhaust note, a bit more cracks and pops because more fuel will be pumping through the exhaust system. That's pretty much it. That's the gist of it. The thing is as well, it'll be a clean sound. We're not punching the cat out, we're not decatting it. Yeah. We're just putting a higher flow unit in. So we're getting the best of both worlds there, I guess. First of all, the car is completely road legal at that point with a higher flow cat rather than removing it altogether. Yeah. And instead of having this hollow space right after the turbocharger, there's actually still a dense cone in there, which will give it a bit more of a refined note too. But
I've got no idea what that is.
Basically, we hate cats because they choke up your beautiful turbo engine. So kill all tires and kill all catalytic converters. Okay. Is my thing, really. Or
fucking hell!
Exactly, yeah. Good. That's what I wanted. It's fucking pulls hard now, doesn't it?
Wow! Wow! Yeah. That was completely unexpected. That was Good. Okay, so explain a little bit what's been done to this car.
So we're sitting in a Mark 7 Golf R. This is the standard. It's a 213 kilowatt edition standard. We did a BMC air filter, Miltech race downpipe with the high flow cat, and a stage 2 ECU tune. So we're sitting at about, I'd say, flywheel kilowatts about 265, 270-ish now, and a lot more torque as well. Yeah,
it really. Yeah. So it's that torque. It's that kind of like when it comes on, you're just like, okay. Because previously, like, it felt like you got to a point. It's like, yeah, it was pulling,
and it kind of choked off a bit, right?
Like it was.
So this is what the downpipe, the most key element of the downpipe is. The catalytic converter really chokes up these turbo engines, especially when you're reaching up to the higher RPMs. Okay. With a high flowing downpipe, you'll realize now it makes peak power all the way up to redline. So it's not just sort of, it doesn't drop off the torque and the power just before, but it's actually breathing a lot better now and can produce power all the way up. So yeah, feels good, right?
Yeah, no, that definitely feels good.
It also should spool a tiny bit quicker than it would standard.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, it does, because once again the better flow for the exhaust gases.
So this is the race trip product.
No,
which is this is this.
This is a proper flash we've done. So
Okay.
we've actually extracted the file, sent it over to Germany. The tuners over there have done the tune based on what we've told them. So we've told them BMC filter and a high flow cat, and they've sent the file back. We put it in, do the testing, and good to go.
So it's a proper job.
That's right. It's not a plug and play. I mean, a plug and play on this car is still very good bang for buck.
Yeah.
But doing a proper tune on this car and the downpipe is what you must do. You have to. And now third gear is just an absolute.
The roll on it is quite nice.
Yeah. And you get a nicer note with the DSG as well, in shifts as well.
Yeah, that little pop.
The little pops. Not an obnoxious fart.
No, exactly like it. So like a real big problem I have is the obnoxious fast which comes out of the
comes
out of like Volkswagen Group like products.
Hate it.
And it's like, just stop farting at me.
How do people listen to that and go, "My car sounds good"?
Yeah.
No, and that's why I don't. That's why I don't.
Well, like, so people sort of like put the fat exhaust on their first car. Like, yeah, it sounds amazing. It doesn't.
Yeah. Volume does not equal tone.
No.
No.
Not at all.
No. A loud exhaust is not necessarily a good exhaust. But yeah, I don't want to do the resonator delete on this as well, because the car will be louder and you'll get a crisper note, but he's going to get the proper farts at that point.
Will he?
Yeah, he will. It's not clean. I'm telling him I'd rather him get a bolt-on muffler. That'll really suit this car.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But then will it change the tips at the back?
You know, you can go for sort of similar stainless looking tips.
Because I do really like the tips at the back of
Yeah,
this
you
car.
can definitely go. You can do similar tips all around. It's not a problem. Like a Remus or something axle back. So even just changing, just the rear muffler assembly, I think will be really nice in this car.
Yeah.
But honestly, as far as tuning goes, power-wise, beyond this point, to squeeze more power out of the car gets tricky.
Well, like there are companies which are pushing 500 horsepower out of this amount. Engine.
It can handle it, but it gets expensive.
Okay, all right, yeah.
You know what I mean?
So this has been like, like the cost of this was...
So in terms of parts, in terms of the parts and the tuning, so call it about $1,400–1,500 for the downpipe from memory. Approximately $1,800 to $2,000 on the ECU tune, and the filter about 150 or so, and then the labour to do it, call it about 5 to 6 hours labour or so to install the downpipe and the tune. So total cost Australian dollars, including all the labour and everything, maybe around the $4,000 to $4,500 mark. That's to do it properly and safely.
Yeah.
You can chip it and get a good power boost out of them for under $1,000, but be on the road here. But it's not as thorough as a tune. A tune really gets these cars properly done.
You know what this car makes me do now? Makes me giggle. This car makes me giggle.
That's fucking what we wanted. Well done then. That's exactly what we wanted.
This is cool.
Yeah.
Shaun will like this.
Shaun will like it.
Shaun will definitely like this.
So yeah, no. Look, the Golf is really like one of the best modern day tuning cars now. It offers so many different facets to this car. If you want to do wheels and suspension,
can you put a diff onto a Golf R?
You can, but you're kind of
obviously,
it's hard to on the street. You'd struggle to maximize the use of it.
Yeah.
The four-wheel drive in these, it's a Haldex four-wheel drive. I'm pretty sure it's really good. Yeah. Really good. And for a front-wheel drive based four-wheel drive, it's really good as well.
Yeah, you see the videos like Chris Harris sliding these around.
Golf R,
like you couldn't do that with the Mark 6.
No.
Or the Mark 5.
No.
I don't know, people like the Mark 5. Like it sounded great, but it was just a bit.
I'm starting to get the appeal of all these cars now. I wish they offered a rear-wheel drive Golf. I'd be all over it. I'd be all over a rear-wheel drive Golf.
I want a rear-wheel drive Golf.
I don't know. I would love one. I would love a rear-wheel drive Golf. But yeah.
So they actually did do a rear-wheel drive Golf. They stuck the W12 engine in it from the Bentley Continental GT back in the late noughties. No, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit the like button and subscribe, and plenty more content to come. So see you next time. Cheers.